to identify the item. So let's see. From the beginning we got, oops. Sorry, I'm working on a mouse pad, by the way. I broke my mouse. So you got item type, which means 221, two-hand sword. Standard price, this will be the price buying from a shop, I believe, or selling. I think buying. And selling is half that. So weight, quality, icon number, field item, that's the what appears when it gets dropped on the ground. Equipping sound effect, craft number, skill level, don't even have a clue what that is. Can't help you there. Material number, that's the specific list of materials that you need to craft it. Oh, skill level. That is the skill level for weapon crafting that you need in order to make this weapon. So you need level 8. Oops. Alright, craft difficulty 151. So now you get into the required stats. So this is 31 is level and 10 is strength. So this is saying you have to be level 95 to use it and have to have 174 strength. Now you can go over here and say additional increased stat. 13 is intelligence, and it would increase your intelligence by 50. Additional increase 2, I believe 11 is dex, but don't hold me to that. We'll just do 10 and 50. So that increases your intelligence and your strength by 50 is what that's saying. So durability, accuracy, obviously, blah blah blah, range, motion type. That's what it looks like when you attack. Your attack power, this is always fun to play with. You can make this, That's about the max you can do. If you do 4 digits, it usually won't refine correctly. So that's 1,998 when you refine it to 9. And then I don't know about 15. Attack speed, lower the better. I have no idea what this was. 60 or something. Normal magic means it doesn't affect your magic. Basic effect, I honestly couldn't tell you what that is. Start sound effect. Honestly never figured out what that was either, but the hitting sound effect and the gem location. This one's a big one if you're actually editing the 3D model of the item. For instance, I used the ZMS from a two-hand sword, probably Haydong sword, I don't remember, and the gem was out near the tip of the blade. So change this to like 1, and now the gem is in the hilt by your hand. It looks much better. Upgrade number, that's the grade of binder or talisman, that you would need to refine it. And disassembly number, the items you get if you disassemble it, and your key. So I'm not going to save any of that because I didn't want to edit it. And now, alright. So now we're going to run the STL editor. And open. Oh boy. Sorry about this. There. Alright, so now we're going to open your STL. And we'll go to the last one. So this is the crook flail. So it's got the name in English and the comment. And for all of these, Japanese, Chinese traditional, Chinese simplified, and Korean, don't even bother. You can just do this, or if people are playing in a translated version, you can just copy the English into each of these. This is what I always do. So then you would do new entry. We'd go 996. String ID LWEA 996. And then, have at it. So this name of the sword. There's, whoops. Definitely mashed on the tab key there. Here's the comment, whatever, and then you just copy paste this into each of these fields. And there's your STL. Now, I don't believe I have the ZSC editor in here. I'm not even going to go through that with you. It is very complicated. And for editing existing items, you really don't need to do that. Okay. So to re-add the items, what you're going to do is, let's say you got in Photoshop, you edited the DDS, you got in Autodesk, you edited the item, you got in the STB and you edited all of its stats, you got in the STL, you give it a new name, so on, but you left it as weapon, two-hand sword 2. Where's 2? Oh, right there. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to delete this, both of them. Now you go in and add item to folder, and you're going to select DDS file. Make sure it's in the right directory. Weapon, two-hand sword 2. If this, sometimes it'll give you that. So it's telling you to build an extra folder. Be careful not to do that, otherwise it's really annoying and you have to totally redo it. So, add item to folder. We'll just pretend these are your nice edited folder files. So there you go. Yeah, talk to me if you need any help. Alright, so now we've added your 3D model and your texture back in here. If you didn't change them at all, like if you just basically took the regular Claymore, renamed it to Godsword or something, and made it really powerful, but you didn't change the texture or the model, you don't even have to touch these. You don't have to delete them or change them or in any way. But as I said, for just this tutorial, pretend you went in and changed these, made them into some nice item, and then renamed them as Two-Hand Sword 2. Put them back in here. So what we need to do now is put the STB and the STL back in. Again, we didn't touch the ZSC, and this .vak file is just created whenever you save a new entry into a list weapon STL. So what we're going to do is, just like what we did for the other two, the ZMS and the DDS, we're going to go find list weapon STB. So since this is still in here, this is the original. This is the file on NA rows with, Claymore with standard stats. And this is the one you edited that now has the Claymore with better stats. So what you're going to do is you're going to delete weapon STB from here. So you're going to delete it. Then add a new item to the folder, this whole STB folder. Re-add this list weapon STB. Like that. Do the exact same thing with the STL. Delete this guy and add the one that you edited. Add item to folder, and you should be good. So now you've re-added your model and texture. You've re-added the data, and you've re-added the name and description. And in this tutorial, that's all we covered. So have fun. It's a very, very easy way to mod your items. I would suggest doing this on the host computer of your own server if you're going to change stats, because if you do it on a server that you're not hosting, so if you did this, for instance, on Pimpin' Rose, your computer would say that the weapon has 2,000 attack power and it adds 5,000 strength and whatever, but the server the host also keeps a copy of the data, which means it would tell the server that, hey, he's holding a Claymore and it has standard stats. So don't bother touching these. Don't mod them. You could screw it up on accident and it doesn't do anything anyway. But if you change these two, say another player would see a regular Claymore, but on your screen it would show, whatever you changed this to be. So it's a pretty cool way to do really simple mods. Can't hurt the server at all. If you aren't careful, you can kind of bug up your client, and then you got to totally reinstall and redo all your work. So be careful. But these two guys you can mod however you want. But unless you're the host, just don't bother touching any of these. So anyway, yeah, good luck, have fun. Hope all goes well.